All right, I'm Judge White. I'll go over the charges, rights, and court date, and then if y'all want to make a statement, y'all can. I'll give him a chance to do the same, and then I'll answer any questions that y'all have, okay? All right, state your name for me, sir.
Donnie Jones.
All right, Mr. Jones, I'm Judge White. You agree to talk to me over the video?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll make you aware that the news media, D'Amica Schlebaugh with the Anderson County Sheriff's Office, Julia Sullivan, Brandy Sullivan, and Walter Cowan are all present for your hearing. I'll ask them and I'll ask you not to address each other. I'll give you a chance in a minute to make a statement if you wish. Now, you've got two charges. The first is for accessory after the fact to a Class A, B, C felony or murder. This does carry up to 15 years in jail if you do plead guilty or if you're found guilty. Second charge is for destruction, desecration, or removal of human remains. This carries a mandatory minimum of 1 up to 10 years in jail or a $5,000 fine or both if you plead guilty or if you're found guilty. Now, these both have an initial court date for an appearance at the Anderson County Courthouse for September 4th at 9 a.m. You are required to appear. If you miss your court date, they can issue a general sessions warrant. If you're picked up on that, you can be held into your trial. Now, you do have the right to have an attorney present to represent you. If you can't afford one, you can request the public defender's office represent you. You also have the right to plead not guilty and request a jury trial on that court date. And finally, within the next 10 days, you have the right to request what's called a preliminary hearing. It's a hearing before a judge who would hear the state's evidence to determine if it was sufficient to issue the charges to begin with. To request that hearing, it has to be done in writing by you within the next 10 days. You understand about the preliminary hearing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Ms. Schlebaugh, anyone wish to make a statement? Go ahead.
Stand right here.
Yes, ma'am.
My name is Julia Sullivan. I'm Leonna Wright's grandmother. And I just want him to know that I don't know him, but whatever you know or what happened to her, it's time to tell. We've been living with this too long. We need to end this. You need to let us know, but we can move on with our life. We've been suffering for a long time, and I know you know.
All right. Thank you. Anyone else? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying, I'm Leon's granddaddy, you know what I'm saying, and I know from day one, you know what I'm saying, I never met you till the time I met you downtown.
Just talk to the court.
Okay, well, you downtown when you were, you know, dipping and dabbling in these cars, you know, trying to picture what we were doing. But I feel like, you know, what you did with my grandbaby, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, you know, if you're a real man, you know what I'm saying, and you'll come truthful and just let us know what you did to him, man, because you're saying, you know, we all hurting right now, you know what I'm saying? So if you can, had a heart, let us know, man.
All right. Thank you. Anything else?
Yes, sir. I'm Brandy Sullivan. I'm Leon's second cousin. They need to come forward and give us some closure. It's been 5 years. This has been going on, like my aunt said, too long. We need closure.
Okay. Anything else, Ms. Schlebaugh?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Mr. Jones, this hearing is being recorded. It can be used later against you in court. But do you have any statement at this time?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. There will be a condition on these charges that you have no contact with the victims' families prior to the case being disposed of. If you violate that bond condition in any way, this bond can be revoked as well as you can face additional charges. Now, I am going to set a $5,000 surety bond on each charge, so you will have $10,000 in surety that you will be required to post prior to being released. You can either have a bail bondsman post it for you, or you can have someone post a cash bond, or you can have someone post a lien against real property in Anderson County. Do you understand how to post your bond?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you still have a hold from South Carolina Department of Corrections, so you will be transferred back to their custody until your release date. Once that's done, you'll still have to post bond once they release you. Any questions?
No, sir.
Thank
They
you, sir.
actually said that I'll be released. My release date is Friday.
Okay. Well, you're still under their custody until then. At that point, you'll be able to post bond once they release you from their custody. Okay? But you'll still have to be transferred to their custody for release.